Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you can, and you do that by coming up with the answers no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Henry. This is my son, Dan, and we're from Manchester.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Graham. This is my wife, Lynn, and we're from Whiteleaf near Croydon.
Couple number three.
I'm Chris. This is my mum, Jean, and we're from Wrexham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Christy, and this is my friend slash housemate, David. We're from Glasgow and Bishopton.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. Lovely to have you here on Pointless. Thanks so much for coming along. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. A man so intelligent, he's only watered the plastic potted plant in his dressing room for the last 10 years. It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. What a good show we had last time.
Didn't we?
Very clever.
Yeah.
From start to finish. Lynn and Graham, welcome back from that show. Got through to the head-to-head as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they were
couple.
good. Yeah.
They're very good, everyone. That's the warning. Everyone was very good last time, and they were very, very nearly top of the tree. Just got beaten by Steve and Pete at the last minute. But it was good, right?
Yeah, it was a great show.
Is today going to be as clever, do you think? I mean, you never know, do you?
I'm going to hedge my bets. Yes.
It might be.
It could easily be.
It might be.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Steve and Pete got through to the final, beating Lynn and Graham in the head-to-head there. But I'm afraid they failed to find a pointless answer. So we're adding another £1,000 to that jackpot. Today's jackpot, therefore, starts off at £3,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, remember, it's the pair with a high score at the end of each round gets eliminated. That's all you have to remember. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is wealthy people. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns people on Forbes magazine's World Billionaires 2019 list. Richard.
Yeah, on each board, I'm going to show you 7 clues to people who appeared on this list. So you have to guess the most obscure billionaire that you can, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Let's reveal our first board of clues to billionaires, a board of billionaires. Here they come. US computer software entrepreneur who received an honorary knighthood in 2005, BG. Investor and philanthropist nicknamed the Oracle of Omaha, WB. Businessman who succeeded Rudy Giuliani as mayor of New York City, MB. Director of the films Jurassic Park and The Lost World, Jurassic Park, SS. British businessman who wrote the 2017 memoir Finding My Virginity, RB. Keeping Up with the Kardashians star who launched a cosmetics brand in 2015 at the age of 18, KJ. And SpaceX founder who made a cameo appearance in the film Iron Man 2, EM. I'll read those clues again. US computer software entrepreneur who received an honorary knighthood in 2005. Investor and philanthropist nicknamed the Oracle of Omaha. Businessman who succeeded Rudy Giuliani as the mayor of New York City. Director of the films Jurassic Park and The Lost World, Jurassic Park. British businessman who wrote the 2017 memoir Finding My Virginity. Keeping Up with the Kardashians star who launched a cosmetics brand in 2015 at the age of 18. And SpaceX founder who made a cameo appearance in the film Iron Man 2. Henry, what about all those billionaires?
Yeah.
Goodness me. Tell us all about yourself, Henry.
Well, I'm retired, not a billionaire.
Not yet.
I worked in the retail sector. I try to keep as active as I can, including my many pursuits. I run a discussion group with a friend.
Is it a discussion group with a friend? Does it take place in a pub?
No, it doesn't take...
OK.
No, it's in a room.
In a room.
No distractions.
Does it ever get heated?
Oh, yes.
Does it ever not get heated?
No.
That's good. No, but that's proper. That's as it should be.
The interesting thing, of course, we do it all again the following week because we've forgotten what we did.
OK, there we are. Henry, here's your board.
Yes, well, I know a few. As I would expect, the main ones I know are the easier ones, but I'm going to go for the third one down, Michael Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg, says Henry, the mayor of New York. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Michael Bloomberg. It's right. Look at that, down to 3, Henry. What a start to the round, and indeed the game. 3 for Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah, if you're not going to know many, that's a good one to know. Yeah, he's 9th on the list, Michael Bloomberg. He's always talking about having a presidential bid.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Graham, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Graham.
Yeah, I'm Graham. I'm a teacher and I like playing sport, particularly hockey and cricket. They're my 2 main sports I like playing.
When not playing sport or teaching, what other things float your boat, Graham?
Oh, well, I like going out to see Shakespeare plays. I like following my wife to follow Bruce Springsteen around. So those sort of things I quite like doing.
So, not really a Springsteen fan, but you...
I've learned to become a
I mean, what, do you sit in the car and do the crossword while she's... And you just distantly hear Born in the USA floating over there?
I would say originally I was a mild fan and now I'm a big fan, so I suppose that's how it's
good.
worked.
Now, Graham, what are you going to go for on our board here?
Yeah, not my best board, I have to admit. So it's going to have to be one of the fairly well-known ones. I'm going to go for the director of the films Jurassic Park and The Lost World, Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, says Graham. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Steven Spielberg. It's right. Well, 3's the only score we have at the moment. 70 is where Steven Spielberg gets you.
Yeah, he's only worth 3.7 billion.
True.
Barely worth it, is it? When he was a scout, he earned his photography badge by making a 9-minute film.
I bet it was brilliant.
The Last Gunfight, it was called.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Jean, welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you from Wrexham.
Yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Jean.
Well, I'm a retired primary school teacher. So
When did you retire, Jean?
I retired 9 years ago.
And is it lovely?
It's lovely. Do you know what the best part is?
Tell me.
Not having an alarm clock.
Ah.
It's wonderful. I love it.
Jean, a whole board of billionaires there. Who are they?
I think I'll go for the SpaceX founder and hope it's Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, says Jean. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Elon Musk. It is right. 70 is the high score, 3 is the low. You pass the high score, you're down to 20. Very good scoring there, Jean. Elon Musk.
Yeah, he founded PayPal. That's where he made most of his money. It's worth 22 billion. Of course, now he's behind Tesla and SpaceX as well, where he sent a Tesla into space, playing Space Oddity on a loop.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, David, welcome. Tell us all about yourself, David.
Hi there. I'm an airline pilot, originally from Scotland, now live in London.
Do you fly the long haul or the short haul?
It's the long haul. Long haul.
That's
I fly.
very glamorous.
That's good. Can you do your voice?
I can.
You know perfectly well the voice I mean.
If you buy a ticket, then that's fine. You can.
I really want to hear the voice.
OK. David, do you want to hear my voice if I were an airline pilot?
Absolutely.
I would talk like that, I think, probably. And you pause quite a lot. And you just make people feel thoroughly comfortable.
Oh, that's really, really good. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, you probably spotted one of the engines is on fire there. That is not a problem. We have 3. Whoa, there goes number 2. That's gone as well. That is... I'm just going to switch this off for a second.
David, this is your board. Do you want to go through it and fill in all the blanks?
Yeah, so Elon Musk was the answer I was going to go for, but I'll... so you get Bill Gates at the top, Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, and this answer, it's one of the 2. I can't remember if it's Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner, and I know Kristen will be trying to kind of send it across. I think it's Kendall, and I think it'd be a good answer, but I don't know whether to risk it. Yeah, I'm going to go for Kendall Jenner.
I like a pilot who takes massive risks. I like that. OK, fasten your seatbelts. Kendall Jenner says, David, let's see if that is right. How many of our 100 people said it? Oh, bad luck! Bad luck. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points.
Oh, I mean, that is going to be a bumpy ride home if I can get through this. A little bit of turbulence ahead. Yeah, it's Kylie Jenner. And Kylie Jenner would have scored you 36 points And I don't want to question your judgment, but if you know that Warren Buffett is one of the answers, I think I might have gone for Warren Buffett. He's absolutely correct and would have scored you 14 points, Warren Buffett. Would have been a very good answer. The computer software entrepreneur, of course, is Bill Gates. He would have scored you 60. And Branson, it's a surprisingly low score.
Wow.
37.
Oh, he's not going to like that.
He's not going to like that one bit.
He's not going to like that at all.
Very peculiarly low score, isn't it?
Dear, oh dear.
Well, hey, listen, at least he's a billionaire.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 3, the best score of the past. What about that, Henry? 20s, where we find Jean and Chris. Very well done over there. Lynn and Graham find themselves on 70. And then we go up to 100, where we find David and Christine. Christine, you get the new board. You know what your duty is. Very good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues to billionaires up on the board, and here they are. We have got the Norfolk-born inventor, known for his new designs for vacuum cleaners, JD. US TV personality who once gave a car to each person in her chat show audience, OW. Internet retail pioneer who launched an online bookstore from his garage in Seattle in the mid-1990s, JB. Former basketball player, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016, MJ. Technology executive, appointed Chief Operating Officer of Facebook in 2008, SS. Businessman who took over Chelsea FC in 2003, RA. And Italian fashion designer who founded the Miu Miu label in 1992, MP. I will read those clues again. Norfolk-born inventor known for his new designs for vacuum cleaners. US TV personality who once gave a car to each person in her chat show audience. We might be doing that later. Internet retail pioneer who launched an online bookstore from his garage in Seattle in the mid-1990s. Former basketball player, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Technology executive, appointed Chief Operating Officer of Facebook in 2008. Businessman who took over Chelsea FC in 2003. And Italian fashion designer who founded the Miu Miu label in 1992. There we are, Christine.
Hello.
Welcome to Pointless. Great to have you. Tell us all about yourself, Christine.
Yeah, I actually work as cabin crew, same company as David. So yeah, a lot of flying around, seeing the world. It's nice, yeah.
How often are you on the same flights?
Oh, we've only actually flown together once, and I've been there for 5 years. David's been there a little bit, 3 years, something like that. We've flown together once to Nigeria. Gave me a lift down to Nigeria, which was nice.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Very good of him. Now, then, Christine, there you are. You are the high scorers at the moment. So we need a low score.
Yeah.
Have you found a nice low score on that board?
I have not, I don't think, to be honest. I'm going to just have to take a guess, I think. And go for the basketball player, Michael Jordan. OK, Michael Jordan says, Christine, there's no red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment, but let's see what happens when we say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's right. Down to 38. Not bad. You might have kept yourself in the game. 138's your total.
Yeah, he's worth a paltry 1.6 billion, Michael Jordan.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Chris, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Chris.
I'm a data analyst at the University of Chester. Quite into my running at the moment. I was quite overweight a few years ago, so I thought I'd try and sort myself out. So I managed to lose 6 stone.
Wow.
And earlier this year, I ran my first marathon.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, well done you.
The only trouble is you need to buy an entirely new wardrobe, which is very expensive.
But fun.
Yeah.
But fun. And congratulations. You're
you
cutting
very
a dash today, if I may say, Chris.
Thank you very much.
I've got great news for you. You are through to the next round. Even if you got this totally wrong, you'd still be through to the next round.
OK. I think I'm going to go for the Norfolk-born inventor, James Dyson.
James Dyson says, Chris, no red line for the lovely reason you're already through. How many people said James Dyson? It is indeed James Dyson. Down it goes to 54. 74 your total. You're in round 2.
Over 5 billion James Dyson is worth. His first invention, 1974, was the wheelbarrow with the ball instead of the wheel.
Was it?
You know, so it can
That's
move in all
quite
directions.
Clever.
It's clever, isn't it?
It's quite clever. He's quite clever, James Dyson, isn't he?
He's good at
He's
inventions.
quite clever. Yeah, he is.
I'll give him that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, Lynn.
Hi.
Welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Lynn.
I'm a freelance medical editor who, in our spare time, we like to visit, go to a lot of live music. And as Graham said, Bruce Springsteen.
I was going to say, narrow it down a bit, Lynn. How many times have you seen Bruce Springsteen?
We reckon I calculated to 15. So that compared with some of the Bruce fans, some of them have been to several hundred gigs, but we've done 15. But we
15.
have managed to do seven different countries.
Well, that's pretty good.
So
did you go over to New York to see him doing his sort of smaller, informal?
And it was fabulous.
Was it as brilliant as everyone said? Lynn, there you are. You're on 70. If you can score 67 or less, you are through to the next round. A whole board of billionaires there. Who are they?
OK, so I know 2 or 3, but a couple of them are going to be quite well-known people. I think I'll take a little bit of a risk and say the technology executive at Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg.
Sheryl Sandberg, says Lynn. Here is your red line. Get below that red line with Sheryl Sandberg, you are into round 2. Absolutely right. Very well done, Lynn. Sheryl Sandberg, I think, is going to take you a long way down, and it does. Richly deserved. The second lowest score of the round. That takes your total up to 76.
Terrific answer, Lynn. Well played, yeah. Worth just over $1 billion. So a huge advocate of promoting women in the workplace as well, Sheryl Sandberg.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Dan, welcome.
Hello.
Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm from Manchester like my dad. I currently live in Surbiton and I'm a finance systems manager for a food travel service company in central London.
Very good. And what are your interests, Dan?
My interests are like going on the radio. So
what is it, on sort of phone-in shows?
No, I go on a football fans forum for to discuss my favourite football team, Manchester City, on national radio every month.
Oh, Rich, you have a regular slot,
yes,
do you, to ring in. So how did that come about?
Just saw it on social media and just thought I could be the face of radio.
I could be the face of radio, and you are now. Excellent. When can people tune in to hear you?
In the football season, it's Monday night, 6 till 8.
Fantastic. Anyway, listen, you're through to the next round, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do you fancy talking us through this board and then selecting one of those as your answer?
So, I know nothing about fashion, so the bottom one's gone. The others I know. So, the US TV personality, I believe, is Oprah Winfrey. The businessman who took over Chelsea FC is Roman Abramovich. But I'm going to go for the internet retail pioneer, Garage Seattle, mid-1990s, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, says Dan. Jeff Bezos. OK, no red line for you. You're already through. Let's see what happens when we say Jeff Bezos. Down that goes to 11, taking your total up to 14. You were through anyway, but that's just a formality. Well done.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is how you would pronounce it. But yeah, he's the richest man on the list, 131 billion he is worth. That's a lot, isn't it?
How many billions do you have to have before it's a trillion?
A trillion is 1,000 billions.
1,000 billions.
That's a lot, right?
Do you think he's going to be in... Yeah, we're going to have trillionaires
yes,
in our lifetime?
Yeah, I suspect so. Let's fill the rest of these in. You're quite right, it is Oprah Winfrey. She would have scored you 66 points. The businessman is indeed Roman Abramovich. He would have scored you 36. The best answer on the board, though. Very well done at home if you knew it was Miuccia Prada. Miuccia Prada, 1 point. Terrific answer.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. I'm sorry, David, you did what we always like people to do, take a risk rather than go for the easy answer, although you didn't go for the lower scoring answer that you knew. But still, we applaud that as well. It's been great having you on the show. We'll see you again next time. David and Christine. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, good work, everybody. We made it through round 1, and we find ourselves pleasantly in this blue world of round 2. Henry, lowest individual scorer. Hats off to you. Henry and Dan, actually, lowest combined scorers. So it's all happening on that near podium. But well done, all 3 pairs. Best of luck. Our category for round 2 today is board games. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Monopoly spaces that contain the letters G or O as they could. Richard.
Yeah, looking for any of those spaces on the traditional classic London Monopoly board, please, that has a letter G, a letter O, or both in its name. The one square we won't accept is go. Because if you say that, you will collect 100 points.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Henry.
Right.
Henry.
Caledonian Road.
Caledonian Road, says Henry. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Caledonian Road. Ooh, I know the road. I don't know the space. Scores you 100 points.
Yeah, you gave that answer very quickly and confidently, I have to say, but yeah, not on the Monopoly board, I'm afraid. Caledonian Road. As you say, it is a road.
Yeah, it definitely is. OK, so, Lynn.
I think I'll do Old Kent Road.
Old Kent Road, says Lynn. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Old Kent Road. That's right. Down to 41, Old Kent Road.
Yeah, it was originally part of Watling Street, the Old Kent Road. It's the only street on the whole Monopoly board south of the River Thames.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Jean.
I think I'll stay safe, I hope, and go for Oxford Street.
Oxford Street, says Jean. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Oxford Street. Not bad. 30, our new low score. Well done, Jean.
Yeah, now Oxford Street is officially part of the A40, and the A40 starts in Cheapside, which is in the city of London, and it doesn't finish until Fishguard in Wales. So you can go from Oxford Street to Fishguard without once turning off the same road.
See, that is interesting. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 30, well done, Jean. Best score of the pass so far. Then up to 41, we'll be fine. Lynn and Graham. Then up to 100, I'm sorry, Henry and Dan. That's where you're currently residing. But Dan, who knows what will happen in the next pass. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Chris, remember, we're looking for any space on the classic London Monopoly board, one that contains the letter G or O in its name.
OK, I'm going to go a little bit outside the box and go for free parking.
Free parking. OK. Here is your red line. Can you get below that red line with free parking? Let's find out. It's right. And you're through. Very well done indeed, Chris. Down it goes to 8. 38 is your total. Very well done.
That's more like it. Very well played, Chris. Yeah, free parking.
It took me a little while thinking, that hasn't got any G's or O's in it. And then...
G right at the end.
I went right to the end.
Sometimes you've got to read right to the end of a word
to
see if a particular letter is in it.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Graham, there you are. 41 means 58 or less gets you into the head-to-head.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Euston Road.
Euston Road, says Graham. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here's your red line. Euston Road is right. And you are through to the head-to-head for a second time running. Down that goes to 9. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to a nice round 50.
Yeah, 2 O's there. It was originally very catchily known as the New Road from Paddington to Islington. Imagine the size of the signs.
I was going to say, the Foundry, when that order came in.
Crazy.
Wow. OK, Dan, I don't like to have to tell you this, Dan, but you are the high scorers.
No surprise.
Well, there we are. Well, you were the low scorers in round 1. Anyway, there we are. Your high scorers now. What's your parting gift going to be? A nice, obscure space.
Well, I've definitely got nothing to lose. I'm going to go for the space, I believe, income tax.
OK, no red lines. You're already the high scorers. Let's see how many of our 100 people said income tax. It's right. Oh, look what a good answer that is. Oh, look at that. Down to 3, Dan. There we are. Your parting shot, the best score of the entire round, taking your total up to 103.
Yeah, it's a lovely way to finish. Well played, income tax. No pointless answers at all. Actually, income tax is the second best answer you possibly could have given. There's one better answer out there, 1 point for just visiting. The best answer you could have given. You'd have got 6 for the electric company, 7 for Northumberland Avenue Community Chest and Fenchurch Street Station. You'd have got 8 for Waterworks, would have been a good answer. 9 for Whitechapel Road. You'd have got 12 for Pentonville Road and Marlborough Street, and 13 for Liverpool Street Station and Marylebone Station. We've had the biggest two answers, in fact, because Bond Street would have scored 25, and then Oxford Street 30 and Old Kent Road 41 are the two biggest answers on the board.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we find ourselves at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to Dan and Henry, our low scorers from round one. We send you off in the sure knowledge you'll be back next time, and I'm pretty sure you'll go much further then. But meantime, thank you so much, Dan and Henry.
Thank you.
But for the two remaining pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Chris and Jean, Lynn and Graham. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £3,000. That's a very exciting jackpot all of a sudden. Whichever pair wins 2 questions in this round will be going through to the final. Richard.
I mean, listen, we said Lynn and Graham would be hard to beat, right? Been here before. We said, is it going to be a smart show again? Because it was last time, very much, and it has been.
This is going to be exciting. Let's play the head-to-head. Here's your first question, and it concerns flowering trees and shrubs. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you a series of trees and shrubs now. In flower, we'll give you the first and last letters of each of their names as well.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 pictures. Here they come. We have got A, L, M. B, A, S, T, T. C, M, A. D, W, H, H, L. And E, C, E, M, E. There we are. Now, Chris and Jean, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
I know 2 of them. Laburnum is A and Magnolia. I think we're going to go for A, laburnum.
OK, laburnum for A, say Chris and Jean. Lynn and Graham, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
I don't know E or B.
Don't know E or B. Witch hazel, I assume.
Yeah, I think we'll go for D, witch hazel.
What's C?
OK, witch hazel. So we have laburnum and we have witch hazel. Chris and Jean, laburnum is what they're going for A. Let's see how many of our 100 people said laburnum. Laburnum is right. And that goes down to 18. Very well done indeed. 18 for laburnum. Lynn and Graham, meanwhile, have gone for witch hazel for D. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said witch hazel. It's right. It's another low score. Oh, 21 for witch hazel. We said it would be close. Very well done. Chris and Jean, after one question, you're up 1-0.
How are you with the rest of these? C is the obvious one.
Magnolia.
Magnolia, yep, would have scored 52 points, Magnolia.
I've sort of made up B. I've sort of persuaded myself that I might.
So that when we can try and fit in the gaps, how have you...
I've decided in my head that it's April's trumpet, because they're little April's trumpet.
April's trumpet?
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh. April's torrent.
Oh. So close.
Yeah. April's torment. No.
I'll give you one last go at April's.
It's not April's.
No, it isn't April's.
Oh, right, OK.
Listen, I'll tell you, you got trumpet right. Who might have a trumpet?
Andy, no. Angel's trumpet.
Angel's trumpet. Well done.
Angel's trumpet. Yeah.
You see, if you're patient with them, they get there eventually. That's the lesson. Angel's trumpet, 6 points for Angel's trumpet. And E, I mean, good luck fitting that in. It's a pointless answer, I tell you that for nothing. You find them in China, all sorts of parts of subtropical world. It is a crepe myrtle. Be careful how you say that. A crepe myrtle, and it's a pointless answer. You don't see crepe myrtles around so much, do you?
You don't so much, no.
There it is.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Lynn and Graham, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question is all about UK cities. Richard.
Yes, simply the names of 5 UK cities now in anagram form. But what are these cities?
OK, let's reveal our 5 mixed-up cities, and here they are. Logswag, Rodfox, Hambrag, Math Screen, and Was Sane. I'm going to read those all again. Logswag, Rodfox, Hambrag, Math Screen, and Was Sane. There we are. Lynn and Graham will go first.
Yeah, we're going for the middle one, Ham Rag, which we think is Armagh.
You sure not Graham?
Oh, very good.
OK, Armagh, you're going to say. Chris and Jean, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
I think we've got Glasgow. Glasgow at the top, Oxford, Swansea at the bottom. Not sure what Math Screen is. It's not jumping out at us at the moment. I think we're going to go for Swansea.
OK, you're going to go for Swansea. So we have Armagh and we have Swansea. Lynn and Graham said Armagh. Let's see if that is right for Hamrag. Let's see how many of our 100 people spotted it. Yeah, it's right. Armagh's a great answer. Down that goes to 11. Very well done indeed. Chris and Jean, meanwhile, have gone for Swansea for Was Sane. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Swansea. It's right. It's got, oh, there we are, 38 for Swansea. Well done, Lynn and Graham. Just what we needed from you. Back in the game after 2 questions. It's 1-1.
Couldn't have beaten Armagh. It's the best answer up there. Also, must be the first time anyone's ever given us a correct answer that was an anagram of their own name. It must be, statistically. Loswag is Glasgow. You are right. Would have scored a 57. Rodfox is Oxford. And that was scored 78. This is quite a good score, though, Math Screen.
It's a very good... I literally just got it. Manchester.
Manchester. Oh. Yep. And that would have scored 29.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Very best of luck to both pairs. Our third question today is all about Gavin and Stacey. Richard.
Yeah, 5 clues now to facts about the BBC Three sitcom Gavin and Stacey. Whichever team gives us the most obscure answer is going through to play for the jackpot.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Gavin and Stacey clues, and here they come. The English county where Gavin is from, Gavin's mother's first name, former Deputy Prime Minister who appears as himself at the wedding of Nessa and Dave, name given to Nessa and Smithy's son, born in Series 2, and the South Wales seaside town where Stacey is from. I'll read those all again. The English county where Gavin is from, Gavin's mother's first name, former Deputy Prime Minister who appears as himself at the wedding of Nessa and Dave, name given to Nessa and Smithy's son, born in Series 2, and the South Wales seaside town where Stacey is from. OK, Chris and Jean, you go first.
OK, I think we're going to go for the name given to Nessa and Smithy's son, and that's Neil.
Neil, say Chris and Jean. Neil. Now then, Lynn and Graham, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
The English county where Gavin is from is Essex. Gavin's mother's first name?
No, I've forgotten that.
I've forgotten that. South Wales seaside town is Barry.
We don't know the Deputy Prime Minister, but I'm going to have a guess.
Yeah, we'll go for that one.
I'm going to go for John Prescott.
You're going to go for John Prescott for the Deputy Prime Minister. So we have Neil and we have John Prescott. Now, Chris and Jean said Neil, the name of the son. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Neil. Neil is absolutely right. It's going to be another good score, another good score. Look at that, 19. Very well done indeed, Chris and Jean. Lynn and Graham, meanwhile, have taken a punt on the former Deputy Prime Minister who appears at the wedding, John Prescott. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John Prescott. It is John Prescott. It's going to be another low score, and 21, look at that! You are just so perfectly matched. But Chris and Jean, well done. You got the lowest score there, which means after 3 questions, and that was attritional, wasn't it? After 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1. Very well done.
Yeah, what a head-to-head. Those are the best 2 answers on the board as well. Could not have done better, either of you there. The English county is Essex, from Bitterricky, where I was born. 49 for that. Gavin's mother's first name.
Oh, because Smithy calls...
Yeah. Pamela.
Pamela. That's right,
go.
Pamela.
There you go. Would have scored you 23 points, and the South Wales suicide town, you're quite right, is Barry. That would score you 46.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm so sorry, Lynn and Graham. That was just brilliant. I mean, you played so well across both shows. I'm sorry you don't get anything to take away apart from just wonderful memories of playing well. But it's been great having you here. Thank you so much, Lynn and Graham.
Thank you.
But for Chris and Jean, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Chris and Jean. You have seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Films, sport, the history of Wrexham Football Club, maybe.
Haven't had that for a while. Like ever. Yeah. Well, you know what happens. 4 things appear on the board. They always look a bit forbidding at first glance.
Can I have the Monopoly board back?
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Let's see what today's 4 look like. We've got Eurovision lyrics, batsman versus England in Test cricket, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and Best Picture Oscar winners. What do you think?
Eurovision, no. Cricket, no. Mozart, no. So by default, it's going to have to be Best Picture Oscar winners.
Best Picture Oscar winners it is, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the following things, please. We're looking for any film released in the 1920s or 1930s, which was awarded the Best Picture Oscar, any film released in the 1950s or 60s that was awarded the Best Picture Oscar, or any film released in the 1980s and 1990s that won the Best Picture Oscar. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot of £3,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
As we'll ever be.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
The very first picture Oscar was Wings,
Yeah,
I think.
is that gonna be
When
well
was
known then?
that? Yeah,
Well, it was in the 1920s, wasn't it?
yeah, well, that might be a good one for that one.
I think if we're looking for the 1980s and 90s...
That's your category.
Yeah. So you've got stuff like Kramer versus Kramer, maybe. Driving Miss Daisy. Did that win? I think it did. 1990s, Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump. Shakespeare in Love, that might be a good one, because that was quite a shock, I think.
What was the one? Oh, God, I think I recall what it's called.
1999, what was that? Got Tom Hanks, what else did he do in the 80s that might have won?
10 seconds left.
So I think Shakespeare in Love.
Okay,
Kramer versus Kramer.
and Wings.
And Wings.
Go on.
Let's go for that then.
Yeah, go on.
OK, sounds like you've arrived at your 3 answers as our minute runs out. There we are. Perfect timing. What are you going to give me?
OK, so for 90s, 1920s and 30s, I think we're going to go for Wings.
Wings.
80s and 90s, we're going to go for Kramer versus Kramer.
Kramer versus Kramer.
And Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare in Love. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think Shakespeare in Love.
OK, should we put that last?
Yeah,
Shakespeare in Love
Wings in
last.
the middle.
Wings in the middle, Kramer versus Kramer in at the top. Well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We've got Kramer versus Kramer, Wings, and Shakespeare in Love. Well, very best of luck. 3 good answers there. Any one of those could turn out to be pointless and win you that jackpot of £3,000. What would you like to do with it if you won, Chris?
Well, now I'm into my running. I've noticed that there's a marathon in Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, it's at night, which is good.
I was going to say,
you
otherwise
wouldn't
it'd be
die,
really...
so-
Yeah, OK. Very good. Jean, how about you?
I think I'll contribute towards his trip.
Very kind of you.
Well, that's very nice.
Trying to get rid of me.
3 very good answers. As I say, let's see how they fare. Your first answer was Kramer versus Kramer. In this case, we were looking for any Best Picture Oscar winner from the 80s and 90s. If this is pointless, you leave here with £3,000. How many people said Kramer versus Kramer? No, bad luck.
Start.
Let's move quickly on to your next answer, Wings. This is a Best Picture Oscar winner from the 1920s and 30s that you've nominated. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Wings. If it's pointless, again, you will win £3,000. Wings is right. Kramer versus Kramer turns out to be incorrect. Wings, absolutely on the money, taking us down through the 20s into the teens, into single figures with Wings, still going down with Wings to 2. Oh, that's a great answer. Absolutely fabulous score. Sadly, not a pointless answer, though. So let's move on to your third and final answer, Shakespeare in Love. As you said, that was a surprise, wasn't it? We're looking for, again, we're back in the 80s and 90s, looking for Best Picture Oscar winners from that period. If Shakespeare in Love is pointless, £3,000 is yours. How many people said Shakespeare in Love? It's right. Kramer versus Kramer, your first answer was incorrect. Wings, your second, took us down to 2. Shakespeare in Love now takes us into single figures. Still going down with Shakespeare in Love, still get passing 2. Oh. Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you win today's pointless trophies. And fantastic playing right the way across the show, so thank you, Chris and Jean.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Kramer versus Kramer, it's 1979 that was released. 3 people said it at a poll anyway, so it wouldn't have won you the money. Let's start with the 20s and 30s. If you have to know your movie history to do well with this. Cavalcade is a pointless answer. It happened one night. The Broadway Melody, The Great Ziegfeld. You could have had Cimarron, The Life of Emile Zola, and You Can't Take It With You. All of those were pointless answers. Now, 50s and 60s. A Man for All Seasons is a pointless answer. Around the World in 80 Days, Oliver. Tom Jones, you could have had In the Heat of the Night. You could have had Marty or The Apartment as well. All of those were pointless answers. And only 3 pointless answers in this final category, 80s and 90s. Amadeus, The Last Emperor, and Unforgiven. There were quite a few one-point answers, actually, alongside Shakespeare in Love. There was American Beauty, Dances with Wolves, Driving Miss Daisy, which you mentioned, Ordinary People, Platoon, and The English Patient. They all scored 1 point.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again, Chris and Jean. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £4,000. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.